Hello everyone, I'm Joel Haas, joined by Lyle Allenstein of the Daily Collegian. We're here at State Farm Stadium where Penn State just defeated Boise State 31-14 in the Fiesta Bowl to punch its ticket to the Orange Bowl in Miami next week against the winner of Georgia-Notre Dame, a game which will be played tomorrow night, or I guess tonight, depending on when
Happy
you're
New Year,
watching this.
everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. We were one field goal away from my score prediction being correct, but regardless, Penn State gets the win today, advances to a 16th game, the most in program history, also secured a 13th win today, also the most in program history. Lyle, where do you want to start this one off?
I think you look at both teams' running backs to start. Obviously, a lot of talk in this game was Ashton Jeanty, obviously for good reason, Heisman runner-up. But Penn State, I want to say they shut him down. He still ran for over 100 yards, but I think it was 104, which is the lowest total he's had all year. So something to say about that. And they did most of it with Abdul Carter, who left the game early with injury, didn't return. I think it speaks volumes to the depth of this offensive line. Obviously denied Dennis Sutton, played really well. Smith Vilbert, Amin Vanover, all the guys that chipped in. Freshman Max Granville, lights weren't too bright, filled in for Abdul. But then you look at Penn State's running backs, Katron Allen, Nick Singleton. Past two games, they've really been getting it done on the ground, and they did it again today. I think Katron had 134 yards, Singleton had 85. Touchdown. I think that touchdown with Singleton really broke the game open, and I think the difference is this offensive line's been playing really well, creating holes for them. They've been hitting the gaps, and I think that's just the biggest takeaway so far.
Yeah, I think the offensive line played well, at least in the run game. I thought they struggled a little bit in pass protection, especially with some of those different various blitzes that Boise State was bringing with a lot of stunts, especially on the interior. I think Nick Dawkins struggled to kind of pick up those different looks that he saw, and Drew Aller paid for it. I think it was 3 sacks today for him and some other pressures that didn't result in sacks, but Aller was obviously flustered at times throughout the game. Still put up a pretty good stat line today. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Tyler Warren, 1 to Amari Evans. A couple really nice deep balls where he laid the ball in pretty much perfectly. And then obviously the receivers went up and made the catch. Yeah, a couple basket catches there. So pretty good day for Penn State in both the pass and run game offensively. They stalled a little bit during the middle of the game. I attribute that mainly to penalties. I don't think it was anything Boise State did necessarily that made things difficult. It was just kind of Penn State shooting itself in the foot with some unnecessary penalties. I think the offensive line had 4 penalties in the second quarter alone. A couple of false starts and some unnecessary roughness penalties. Just dumb things that should be cleaned up. But regardless, Penn State comes out of this one with the win, and we'll see you guys next week in Miami.